What would you do if the world bet against your heart? In the heart of New York City, where skyscrapers cast long shadows and ambition burned brighter than love, Ethan Caldwell was a name that echoed through boardrooms and tabloids alike. At 35, he was a tech mogul, his fortune built on apps that connected millions but left him isolated. Handsome, sharp-witted, and perpetually single, Ethan was the subject of endless gossip. His life was a polished veneer, private jets, penthouse parties, and a heart he kept locked away. But one reckless night at an exclusive gala, a cruel dare from a rival CEO, changed everything. "Marry an obese woman," sneered Victor Lang, a smug competitor, his voice dripping with mockery. "Live with her for a year, and I'll sign over my company's shares. You'll prove you're not just a shallow playboy." The room fell silent, eyes darting to Ethan. The dare was absurd, a public taunt meant to humiliate. Yet, something in Ethan stirred not pride, but defiance. He accepted, not for the shares, but to prove a point he didn't yet understand. Enter Elena Martinez, a 32-year-old librarian with a laugh that could light up a room and a body society deemed unworthy of love. Elena was no stranger to judgment. Her curves drew stares, whispers, and unsolicited advice, but she carried herself with a quiet strength. She loved books, coffee shops, and helping kids discover stories, her life rich in ways wealth couldn't measure. When Ethan's team, scouring the city for a candidate, approached her with the bizarre proposal, she laughed it off. A millionaire wanting to marry her? It sounded like a prank. But Ethan's earnest eyes, when they met hers in a quiet cafe, told a different story. "Why me?" Elena asked, her voice steady but curious. "Because you're real," Ethan replied, surprising himself. "And I'm tired of living in a world that isn't." Against her better judgment, Elena agreed, not for money, but because she saw something in Ethan, a flicker of vulnerability beneath his polished exterior. The wedding was a media circus, headlines screaming, "Millionaire's stunt marriage." Social media erupted, some calling it a heartwarming experiment, others a cruel spectacle. Elena faced a barrage of vitriol. People questioned her worth, her looks, her motives. Ethan, meanwhile, was praised as a saint or mocked as a fool. The world was divided, but the real story was just beginning. Their first months were awkward. Ethan's penthouse felt sterile to Elena, who filled it with colorful throws and bookshelves. He was used to control, she to freedom. Yet, in quiet moments cooking dinner, debating literature, or laughing over bad reality TV, they found common ground. Elena's warmth chipped away at Ethan's walls. He began to notice her small acts of kindness, leaving notes in his briefcase, teaching him to salsa dance despite his 2 left feet, or sharing stories of her childhood in a tight-knit Latino community. For the first time, Ethan felt seen, not as a billionaire, but as a man. But the dare's shadow loomed. Victor leaked private details, twisting their marriage into a spectacle of pity. Online trolls attacked Elena's weight, her background, her audacity to exist in Ethan's world. One night, after reading a particularly vicious article, Elena broke down. "They think I'm a joke," she whispered. Ethan, furious, pulled her close. "They're wrong," he said fiercely. "You're the strongest person I know." That moment shifted something. Ethan began to advocate for Elena publicly, using his platform to challenge beauty standards and call out the cruelty of his peers. He funded community programs Elena cared about: libraries, youth centers, body-positive campaigns. The world watched, some inspired, others outraged. Was Ethan genuine, or was this a PR stunt? As the year's end approached, the dare's deadline loomed. Victor demanded Ethan walk away to claim the shares. Instead, Ethan did the unthinkable. He tore up the contract on live television, declaring, "This isn't about a bet. It's about her." He turned to Elena, who stood beside him, tears in her eyes. "I love you," he said, words he'd never planned to utter. The crowd gasped, cameras flashed, and the internet exploded. Elena, ever practical, took time to respond. She loved Ethan too, but she needed to know it was real. They spent weeks apart, reflecting. When they reunited, it was in the same cafe where they'd first met. No cameras, no dares, just 2 people choosing each other. They remarried quietly, this time for themselves. The world remained divided. Some saw Ethan's act as a redemption of privilege, others as a betrayal of status. Elena became a reluctant icon, her story inspiring those who'd felt invisible. Their love didn't erase the world's cruelty, but it carved out a space where kindness could grow. Ethan learned that wealth meant nothing without heart, and Elena proved that worth isn't measured by a scale. Together, they dared the world to see them not as a stunt, but as a testament to what love could be.